Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our 9 p.m. English News Edition. Here are the top stories. Congratulatory message from the President of the Republic to his Egyptian counterpart. The minister attended the 17th International Defense Industry Exhibition and signed a military cooperation protocol. For the international news, the French president's announcement of his intention to officially recognize the state of Palestine in September was widely welcomed. The details in this newsroom. Welcome to the newsroom. The President of the Republic, His Excellency Mr. Ismail Barghili, sent a message to his Egyptian counterpart, Mr. Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, in which he expressed his best wishes for success and prosperity and for continued development and progress for the Egyptian people on the occasion of Egypt's National Day. In his message, President Ghali wrote, "The people and government of Djibouti join me in expressing warm feelings of friendship and solidarity with the sisterly Arab Republic of Egypt." The president also stated that Djibouti fully supports the celebration of Egypt's National Day, July 23 revolution, as it represents a historic and foundational step in advancing progressive values in Egypt and throughout the region. He further emphasized, "We are pleased with the continued strengthening of the bonds of friendship and cooperation between our two countries and affirmed Djibouti's full commitment, government and people alike, to further develop this distinguished relationship." The Republic of Djibouti has expressed its strong condemnation and deep concern regarding the Israeli Knesset recent adoption of a declaration calling for the imposition of Israeli sovereignty over the West Bank and the Jordan Valley. Djibouti considered this move a blatant violation of the international law and United Nations Security Council resolution, which affirmed the illegality of the occupation and settlement activities in Palestinian territories since 1967. Djibouti reiterated that Israel has no sovereignty over the occupied Palestinian territories and that these unilateral measures has no legal standing and cannot alter the legal status of the land. The government renewed its categorical and absolute rejection of such provocative and escalatory actions, which fuel tension and contribute to instability in the region, particularly in the context of ongoing brutal Israeli aggression. Djibouti strongly condemned Israeli Knesset vote to impose sovereignty over the West Bank and Jordan Valley. Djibouti's Minister of Defense, Mr. Hassan Omar Mohammed, accompanied by Djibouti's ambassador to Turkey, Mr. Adil Hussein Abdullah, and First Consular, Mr. Ali Omar Yusuf, along with senior officials from the Army, Gendarmerie and Coast Guard, took part in the 17th edition of the International Defense Industry Fair. This year's exhibition took place amid major global security challenges, bringing together over 1,000 high-level foreign delegates, including more than 120 deputy ministers, chiefs of staff, and military leaders from 33 countries. More than 400 defense products from companies representing 44 nations were showcased, reflecting the diversity and richness of technological innovation in the defense sector. Djibouti's participation was a diplomatic and strategic success, strengthening its role within the regional security architecture and reaffirming its commitment to deepening partnership with strategic nations such as Turkey. As part of the participation in the IDF 2025 exhibition, Djibouti's Minister of Defense, Mr. Hassan Omar Mohammed, held a series of strategic bilateral meetings. Among the most notable was his meeting with the Turkish Minister of Defense, Mr. Yasser Güler. The two sides discussed the current regional situation and prospect for expanding bilateral cooperation in military and technical fields. At the conclusion of the meeting, a memorandum of understanding was signed to formalize a military cooperation protocol. This agreement enhances intelligence sharing between the two countries and underscores their joint commitment to confronting security threats in their respective regions. Djibouti's Minister of Defense, Mr. Hassan Omar Mohammed Burhan, held a series of bilateral meetings with his counterpart during his official engagement in a meeting with the Sudanese Ministry of Defense to discuss the ways to enhance historic ties and security cooperation. The Ministry of Djibouti also emphasized the importance of Sudan's return to the intergovernmental authority on development. In another meeting with his Somali counterpart, the Djiboutian Minister reviewed the evolving security situation in Somalia. He announced Djibouti's commitment to sending additional troops to support Somali security, especially in light of the gradual withdrawal of AMISOM forces. And now we're coming back to Djibouti, where as part of the Integrated Urban Development Program funded by the French Development Agency, AFD, with a budget of 11 million euros, a graduation ceremony was held at the Djibouti Agency for Social Development after a training workshop on designing small community development projects. The training brought together about 30 representatives from community association Balbala, focusing on enhancing their capacity to manage high-impact local development projects. The closing ceremony was attended by Mr. Mohammed Hassan, the president of the community of Balbala, Mr. Mahdi Mohammed Jama, the general manager of the ADDS, and Honorable Abdurrahman Yassin Awale, MP. This initiative reaffirms ADDS commitment to local development and the strengthening community dynamics as a lever for social cohesion and urban transformation. Certificates were awarded to the young participants in recognition of their achievement and successful completion of the training program. The total budget allocated for the Community Development Fund, part of a program, aim to support local grassroots led initiatives by financing projects with significant social impact. The best proposal resulting from the training will be selected, and each will receive up to 1 million Djibouti francs. This funding phase will follow the current capacity building efforts, which focus on developing solid and realistic action plans. The president of Balbala Komin stated that, and I quote, "We gather today for the closing of a training course is on small community project development and the awarding of certificates. I commend the work done by the National Agency for Social Development." For the member of the parliament, Honorable Abdurrahman Awale Yassin, expressed his satisfaction at participating in this ceremony. He highlighted the importance of the training for promoting entrepreneurship, noting that 32 associations from Balbala benefited from the course. He praised the significant effort made by the National Agency for Social Development to empower local associations in Balbala. And now in his speech, Mr. Mahdi Mohammed Jama, the Director General of ADDS, said, and I quote, "First, allow me to congratulate you on your active participation and dedication throughout this training's day. I also want to thank the French Development Agency for its financial support, which made this vital program for our communities possible. My gratitude also goes to the ADDS team for their tireless and professional work." He emphasized small-scale projects can be powerful drivers of social and economic transformation when well designed and implemented. And now, as part of the strategic initiative Unified Just-in-Time Delivery, the Ministry of Health of Djibouti, through teams from the Central Medical Procurement Agency, carried out a large-scale distribution operation of essential health supplies. This included medicines, medical equipment, and consumables delivered to 5 interior regions of the country. The campaign began in Arta region, where the first shipment was delivered to the Regional Medical Hospital Center. The teams, accompanied by local officials, then proceeded to health centers in Omar Jaga, PK25, Karta. This initiative aims to ensure the continuous availability of medical supplies, facilitate access to healthcare, strengthen local logistical coordination, and prevent stockouts across the country's health facilities. The operation reflects the Ministry's commitment to bringing medical services closer to citizens, especially in remote areas, by improving distribution mechanism and fostering close collaboration with local authorities. And now the head nurse of Karta, the infirmier major in Arta region, expressed satisfaction upon receiving a substantial shipment of medicines from camp during the handover ceremony. He commended the initiative. Similarly, the chief medical officer of Arta praised the efforts of the Ministry of Health and camp to modernize the distribution mechanism. He highlighted the expansion of delivery coverage to all health centers in the region rather than limiting it to the main hospital in Arta. To the regional now in Kenya, in significant regional development, Kenya has launched the Konza Smart City Project, one of the largest development initiatives in East Africa. Spread over a vast area, the city aims to establish a sustainable urban environment built on modern technologies to improve quality of life and create new economic opportunities. The Kenyan government is working in partnership with international allies led by South Korea to develop an integrated infrastructure. This includes a smart transport system, a centralized control center, and innovative logistics services to support businesses and investments. Officials estimate that Konza will serve as a model for sustainable urban development in Africa, attracting tech companies, researchers, and entrepreneurship. For the international news, French President Emmanuel Macron has announced his intention to officially recognize the State of Palestine during the upcoming United Nations General Assembly in September, in a move described as historic and one that has sparked wide reactions across both the Arab international arenas. The Palestinian authorities welcomed the announcement, with Hussein al-Sheikh, Vice President of the PA, calling it a clear commitment by France to international law in a show of support for the Palestinian people's right to self-determination and the establishment of an independent state. For its part, the Hamas movement describes Macron's announcement as a positive step in the right direction toward justice for the Palestinian people, noting that it reflects growing international conviction in the legitimacy of the Palestinian cause and constitutes political and moral pressure on the Israeli occupation. Hamas also urged European countries to follow France's lead. This is it for this 9 p.m. English News edition. Thank you for watching us. Stay tuned for more on RTD.